Somebody who drew a lot or a little bit of both?
Oh, yeah, I think a little bit of both. Because as I was talking about my grandma, and I didn't want Mrs. Tron to have an accent, but my grandma was that tiger mom. We were all totally terrified of her, but she was hilarious too. And then my own mother was a version of my grandmother. And I'm curious to know whether my sons think. I think I'm more of a tiger mom wannabe because I can't quite follow through. I try because I feel like, you know, it's important to be obsessed with something, I guess. I mean, the way that ostrich is, naturally, it is going to lead to something. I mean, ostrich can do anything. He can take over the world. And
It sounds like she's actually his mom.
Right?
It's so cute.
he's so focused and so charming. People want to help him. And if I could give anything to my kids, I would just want them to find something that they loved. It doesn't matter what it is, and that's my wish for them. So if that, you know, but I'm not the, I think that she was, Mama Trump was written a little bit Tiger Mama-ish. Sorry? Yeah, she did. But you know, there's truth in that. A lot of times, like, if something's a stereotype, it's because there's truth in it too. And, you know, some of my really close friends who are Asian and moms, they're badass. You know, I mean, for example, there's one mom I know that makes her kids practice piano until midnight, and if they don't sit on that bench for 2 hours, they're not getting up. And they can sit there and cry, and as long as it takes, you know, and then they get dinner after they're done. I can never do that. What if they even like piano? So I think that the key is more to finding what it is they like, and then just get behind them and support them. I just said to my son, who's a hockey goalie, he's 11, you know, he's complaining about wanting to practice, and I said, you know what, honey, this has to come from you. I am here to support you, but if you don't want to go, I'm not going to make you. It's got to come from you. And then he said, okay, I'm going.
First of all, you're 100% right. You do need to have like a girl power day. Like you road to My question though was Supernatural was that it's known for pranking people, and I was wondering if you would ever got prank calls at.
Pranking people, well, you know, there was just.
She would have laid down the law.
Prank with Jared, you know,
I feel like it wasn't a prank with
doing
Jared.
donuts in that car and making me, he just thought it was hilarious that I was about to throw up. And he wouldn't stop, and yeah, no, I mean, I could see them pranking each other a lot, but I don't think I was too much, that was probably the only thing that really got me, you know, he enjoyed that a little too much, I think. I wish I had a better story for you. Maybe next episode. Thank you.
Next episode. What does that mean?
Holy
frick.
That makes me very happy.
I remember you told us a story about driving your car and stunt double, and I feel like everybody here would really enjoy that story.
Okay, I'll tell it. All right, first of all, let me just say, I'm Asian. I was not paid to drive. They should have known what they were getting when they hired me. And the task at hand, it was 1 in the morning, and I had to pull into this spot really quickly, like I was driving in a real hurry, right? And I had to drive down this hill and pull it in and hopefully not hit the spank of trees. And so we practiced it, and I kept taking the trees out. They're like, Lauren, really, okay, let's put a sandbag there, maybe that'll help. And we did it so many times, and I think like on the 3rd try at practicing it, apparently I came within the thickness of a piece of paper from scraping the entire length of baby. And Jared and Genesis were inside the car.
Jensen were shit breaks.
I'm not a good driver. I can admit that. I try as hard as I can. And then they finally had stuff done. They wanted to protect the car.
Jackson would have freaked out.
He loves babies.
More so than, yeah. He's like when the Teamsters started.
Come on, have you heard him call it my car? Oh my god.
He knows what's under the hood like nobody other. You know, they asked Kripke. He said, what's under the hood?
Because I think that
Jackson's like, this is
I've grown and learned
He's like,
from her.
but I don't know how to work
After I filmed the first episode of Supernatural, I became so much more cocky on the streets of LA in my car. And I said I'm not a good driver, so I'm like, I really shouldn't be doing that because I was wrong, and also I could have been shot. And I got into this fight with this guy in the truck, and he got so mad at me that he came over and he spit on my windshield. And I just would not back down. I just like got out of my car, all 5 feet of me. This is like, what's that to do? And I'm like, yeah? Is that all you got?
She's 5 foot and kick ass.
It's usually not me at all. And yet, I kind of feel like it's good to know that you've got that in there somewhere. Like, you can pull it out in certain situations it's appropriate. But I probably shouldn't do that. My husband and my kids were appalled. Because they were with me, so I'm glad that nothing worse happened.
Hi, Lauren. It's good to see you again. This is Chicago. Hi. My son is 8 years old, and he has recently discovered that there are actual humans behind the voices on the cartoons. And he has become obsessed with becoming a voice actor. And I was wondering if you could give me any advice on like a direction to steer him in, because I want to encourage him to do that. He hears voices all the time.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I think you should encourage him to do, because it's like having a little bag of tricks. So if he can practice doing different voices as different as he possibly can, and a lot of times if there's anybody in your family that has an accent or has an unusual voice, he can just listen really carefully, and I don't need to do like 2 or 3 sentences in that voice. Get him to be able to read 2 pages in that voice, so it's really in his body. And then he can make a little demo tape with all of the different various voices that he can do. And starting that young is great, because that's how I got my grandma's voice in my body so well, because we used to make fun of her in the backseat. Yeah, I'm sure. You'll have to just stomach that, but it's great that it's that young. Yeah, thank you. Sure.
So you mentioned that you thought theatre was a bit more challenging than doing voice acting, and I was wondering if there was a particular genre of play, genre of theatre or a particular play that you consider like your goal or like a dream job?
You know, when I was coming up in my youth, in my career, I was living in Manhattan, and I had the good fortune of working with these really avant-garde theater directors, Peter Sellers and Joanna Midas, and they had me doing these Greek tragedies where I was always, it was so dark and deep. One, I played the ugliest woman on the planet. Another one, I was with Don Cheadle, who played my husband, in a play called Tis Pity She's a Whore in the theater. And he beat me up every night. Like, Joan Cusack was my maid in it. And we had to choreograph this thing where, you know, we choreographed all the punches and throw me across the stage, and I had like bruises all over my body. And Don and I still look back fondly. But so I feel like I got a lot of that ability to dig deep from those days doing that kind of theater. And and then, you know what? I don't think I ever told you guys this. When I was 17, I used to be a dancer when I first started in the business. And I was really shy. I couldn't talk, and you know, now you can't shut me up. But at that time, I was really shy. But I could dance really well. And when I was 17, the show Chorus Line was on Broadway, and they came and did their first national tour through Chicago. I'm from Chicago. So they took me, and I traveled for a year while they trained me, and I turned 18, and then I went to Broadway and I did it for a year. So that was a blessing. And you know what I wanted to do one time, maybe down the road, is ask the karaoke guy if he's got the opening number from the Chorus Line. And I
would be dead. Crowley would be dead if
Okay, and she's badass too?
Yeah.
And did she ever, so she's awesome. What did she do to Crowley? Or what does she want to do to Crowley?
oh, she went on a date with Crowley.
Did she try?
No, but she ended up being pacified.
Oh, well, we'll have to get together then. Because I feel like we would probably be a good team. It's so great for the registered stuff. Yeah, my friend Ellen too. Did you guys see that? Right? Oh my God! Yeah, we should do something like that. Where, you know, we'll
I
just
miss
take some supernatural people together. Oh, I can't do that.
Ellen.
That's probably never mind. Hi, Laura.
So you played Awesome Mom on TV, and it sounds like you're an awesome mom in life. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to be a mom in like 2 months.
Oh, this is your first one?
Yeah. So I'm wondering,
Congratulations. Oh my God, everybody send her love
I don't know if you have any advice for becoming a mom or warnings or anything.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Don't worry so much. I mean, it's the first one is always, oh, for me, you know, like if my mother sneezed while my oldest one was trying to take a nap, I completely freaked out. And you know what? They're going to be fine. You're going to make a ton of mistakes. But I read this article that you would have to literally traumatize your child physically and emotionally every single day of their life in order for them to grow up really traumatized. So you're going to make mistakes, and don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. Like, it'll roll off like that.
Thank you so much.
There's a scene with Dean and Kevin where Kevin has headphones on and Dean says, "Your mom is really hot." So I was wondering, what do you suppose Kevin's response would be if he had actually heard that, and what would Mom Tran's response to that?
Well, I'm sure that Kevin's would be like, ew! I don't want to think about my mom like that. Please don't say that. Because I think that's mostly a kid's response. But then, so then there would be Mama Trans, you know, she probably would want to show that she liked that. But me as an actor, I probably would have a hard time covering that I really like that. I told the story once before, I think, when I did my first episode and Jensen, oh my God, he's like crazy handsome. It's just stupid. Yeah, I'm not telling you anything new, right? But I kept finding myself staring at him. And then I would catch myself, go, oh my God. And then my head would just like naturally. Stop doing that. So that when he's chasing me in that first episode when Crowley enters my body, and he's got me up against that pole, and his arms
Jesus.
like this, and I'm like this, because he's trying to like slit my throat. And I was like, you know what? I could probably just stay here for. Everything to me. Thank you so much for everything you did.
This week, I'd rather talk about